What's up, everybody? Hope you enjoy the episode. Just wanted to plug our Instagram at Day by Day Podcasting. There you'll find behind the scenes clips from our episodes and just clips in general. So if you enjoy the content, go give us a follow. All right, enjoy the episode.
What's up, and welcome to Day by Day with Dezi and Mark. And today we have a special guest named Kendall with us.
Hello.
Kendall, are you excited to be on Day by Day today?
I am. I'm so excited you guys asked me to come on.
It's been a long time coming, honestly. It really has.
Yeah, it's been a minute, honestly. I think I mentioned this, I don't know how long ago, but, we've been talking about this recently, so.
And I've been watching all the other guests that you've had on, too.
Honestly, you're a real fan. When you told me the other day that you, listen to it, just driving and stuff, I'm like, yes. Mm-hmm. A fellow podcast listener that actually, just listens to it when they're just doing their daily routine. That's awesome.
It's good to listen to people in the morning when you're driving.
Kendall, you're always driving.
I know. I'm always the designated driver.
Yeah, and you're always at the beach.
Always at the beach.
Yeah.
It's my happy place.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
Dang it. So, if you could, think about it, how many times have you been to the beach, at least in the last year?
Oh, my God.
As you can see, she's part mermaid.
Last time
twice a week. Every week, I would say.
Wait, what beach do you go to here in Florida?
I go to Ponce Inlet.
Oh, so the one that Desi
that's what I'm saying. She was there the last time we were there. Remember?
Yeah, I hit him up. I saw his Instagram story or something like that, and I was like, I just pulled up here. Where are you at? But you guys were more towards Daytona.
There was Daytona Shores, I think.
Mm-hmm. I go to Lighthouse Point.
Oh,
Park?
we went there by accident, yeah.
Oh, I went there by accident. I discovered it by accident.
All the way down to the tip, basically?
All the way down to the tip where the jetty is.
Is it beautiful?
Guys, you have to go.
We should have gone there.
It's beautiful. There's only surfers and fishing people, and that's literally, it's never crowded.
Wow.
We went down there, and you were like, bro, we went too far. We gotta turn around. I was like,
it is a very long road. It takes you down very, very far to where it's like, where am I going?
Exactly.
But you're going somewhere.
Yeah,
it's
true.
It just takes a minute to get there.
True.
Shit. So tell the podcast people what you do around here. You know what I mean? What's your thing? I mean, I'm pretty sure if they know who you are, they know what it is. But tell the people.
So I do photography around Orlando, and I do a lot of portraits and editorial photography. I also do family portraits and weddings and stuff like that. So
wow, I didn't know you did weddings too. That's cool.
Yeah, I've only done I've done about 4 weddings.
That's still 4 more than I have.
Weddings are crazy to shoot too, right?
Honestly. They're crazy. Yeah, I was doing all of those by myself too. So that
were they big ones or was there a scale? Were some of them big, some of them little?
My last one was pretty big. My friend Christina and her husband now, which is really crazy. That one was a lot of fun. That was probably my favorite. That was quite a bit of people. But the ones before that, they were more small. I knew personally the people getting married, so it was a lot easier and they were more lenient on stuff. But it is really stressful because you have to make sure you get those shots, and it's hard when you're doing it by yourself.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, because every moment that's amazing is a split second.
Second, and if you miss their first kiss as a couple, you can't
you're
ask them
water.
to redo it.
Yeah, hey guys, sorry to stop real quick, but can we run that back one time?
Yeah, I had to shoot a communion once. And I had to shoot a communion once, and you know how you get the body of Jesus Christ, and then drink the wine. Yeah. They wouldn't let me get up to take the picture, the people in the church.
Don't do it. Yeah.
They were like, you can only stand back for a certain amount of feet. And I was trying to get through the parents and everything because they want pictures too. And I'm like, I don't get them receiving the body of Christ, literally the whole point of the communion. And I missed it.
Wow.
I got them receiving it but not eating it. And I felt so bad. I'm I literally was inevitable. I couldn't.
It sucks too when you see a moment like that happen and you missed it and you're sitting there
I'm she's gonna be so pissed.
Yeah, it's the only thing on your mind at that point. You're kind of damn it.
I gave her a little discount though for it, but I wish for myself that I got that too. And for her.
At the end of the day, the clients are usually 90 to 100% happy with what you did, but when you, like you said, when you could have gotten it or know that the opportunity was there and you're man,
Yeah.
Didn't get it. Dang. So you done editorials, portraits, all that cool stuff.
Concert photography too. I forgot to mention.
Do what?
Concert photography.
Okay. That's kind. Honestly, I think concert photography and weddings are kind of in the same vein almost because again, you're just capturing people in like what they're not focused on you or anything. They're just like in the moment. So I can imagine. I mean, I've shot concerts. I mean, I went on tour with Marco.
Right.
And that was just a lot. Like, how many pictures do you think you take at a wedding, realistically?
At a wedding, probably like a good 800 to 900. Sometimes like 1,200.
1,200.
Yep, sounds about right.
I do it. I bring like 3 SIM cards just in case.
Yeah.
And how many do you usually give back to your clients?
Usually how I have it is, I think it's about 200 pictures. So about 200. I like to split it up. Like I have it like 50 for bridal, 50 for, just the couple, and then 50 for reception, 50 for ceremony, stuff like that. I break it up.
Cool. And do you do the physical, like give them
prints?
a hard drive or anything?
Hard drive? No,
or do you
I
just drop it on Dropbox or
Dropbox or like WeTransfer, email,
WeTransfer,
whatever is easier.
Oh, that's dope.
Sometimes they'll just ask me to text it over, and I'm like, all right, whatever. It's easier for me.
What's your favorite thing to do though? Out of all like the photography you do, what is your favorite genre, I guess?
I would say probably editorials, like high fashion photography.
Yeah.
And then concert photography is a close second.
Yeah, I think concert photography is my favorite. So
I just love like the adrenaline that you get because it's like so much.
That's a vibe.
So much is going on, and it's like you're just literally taking pictures of everything.
Yeah.
But it's just like the music, and then you have the crowd. It's just I love that like environment.
Yeah, exactly. Same. Yeah, like I said, I went on tour with 18, 19-ish cities, and like everyone was like a different vibe. Like everyone had
crowds
different
are so different.
Yeah, they had different stages. So like some of them you're like cramped up. Other ones you're like, we were at the House of Blues and it was like.
Oh, do you have the barricade?
I don't think we had any barricades.
Because the ones without the barricade is the worst. How you're in the crowd with the people.
Yeah. I mean, honestly though, I like that. I like getting into
Mark
the
likes the people.
I like some of the shots, but like having to like maneuver because people don't see they don't see that you're a photographer and you're a camera. So it's like
get out of my way. I'm trying to watch the show.
I know, it's like I will literally be in your way for 1 minute. Is that okay?
Exactly.
It's
yeah, and like I mean, I'm on the shorter side, so like it's definitely kind of hard for me sometimes to like,
I think we're the same height.
Are we really? Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like,
Me
I'll literally be like next to like 2-3 big guys, and I'm just like, can I see it?
Oh,
Okay.
I know. Do you ever put it to where like you can see like the? Yeah, I do too. Like when I'm doing stuff like above, I'm just like literally just snapping, just trying to get that shot.
Okay, that looks good. I hope that's in focus.
I know sometimes it's like a little off, but it's like you know it's
post.
Yeah.
I'll fix it in post.
Fix it in post.
I know, right? That's literally like my thing. It's like, I can just do it after.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. So you and Dezi took some pictures the other week, actually.
Yeah.
We did. I still have some that I need to edit. I know. I'm like so guilty. But
that was fun.
It's just literally getting around to it because of my job. My job is really
That was a lot of fun. It was so cool because we literally were like, we literally at the end of it, the coolest shots, we literally just were like on a whim on those.
Yeah,
like
those are always
walked
the
up
best
and we were
ones.
like, all right, let's try this, and like it looked really good.
Yeah, I know. I always tell my clients too.
It was cool.
That usually you'll like the ending pictures a lot better than the very first ones, because then when you start, it's like you're kind of seeing what you're working with, catching the vibe.
Catching the vibe.
Yeah, and then you start getting more ideas with your surroundings and like being more comfortable with the photographer and like whoever you're shooting, and you're more open to like do more like crazy things.
Yeah.
And so my clients always pick like the last.
I was about to say I think like the first maybe like 20 or 30 pictures I take, I kind of just I'll glance over them, but I'm kind of like, all right, I'm probably gonna like maybe 2 of these.
Yeah,
but then like by the time I get down to like the 80th or like 60th one or even like the 100th or something right there, I'm like, okay, I know I was in my groove by then. Like we were going crazy.
Same. I mean, we definitely agreed to that one. Yeah.
It was so hot that day too. Remember that? Like I was just like whipping off my shirt.
You know what's funny too? Yeah. You were sweating in some of the pictures, and he was wearing a white shirt, and I had to edit. I had to like edit that out.
He had the white shirt with the
summer is in full swing.
Yeah. I did a shoot like that too. It's so funny.
White t-shirt contest.
The cool. My favorite was like at the end, like they're on my Instagram. If you guys want to check them out, and Kendall's.
I'll put them up on the
black and white one, and then the one on the where I'm just like laying in the road.
You're just like basking in the sun.
It's such a vibe. I'm like just chilling.
Oh my god, that was a beautiful photo. You're a beautiful
good job.
person, Dezi.
You're a great photographer, Kendall. It is not me.
No, honestly, I definitely have done like a couple scrolls through your Instagram feed, and I'm like, all right, like she's killing it. That's dope.
Yeah, it's sometimes I don't really post all the things that I do on my Instagram too. I did have a separate Instagram called Images by Kendall, but I kept it private because it was just looking like a mess, and I didn't know where it was going.
You didn't have a direction for your like look yet.
No, and a lot of people, I feel like they would rather follow one person than like a bunch of pages, you know? Yeah. So I was looking at what other photographers were doing, and most of them, their like personal page was their photography page.
Exactly.
Interesting.
So I'm like, that
is cool.
So I'm like, I'm just gonna start to do that. I didn't want to lose those photos that I took on my other page, so I just made it private. Yeah. And I kept my personal one.
Wait, so do you ever post to the other one at all, or is it just all personal now?
It's all personal now. Like only I can see it unless you're following that page. Yeah. I have in the description, like in like the bio, like. Yeah. Don't use this anymore. Go to this account.
Go to my main page.
The pictures are so much better.
Yeah, no, I definitely feel that. Yeah, I feel like a lot of creatives always get split between like, all right, here's my normal Instagram, and do I want to make like another Instagram, or do I want people to see it? But I'm not confident yet. I don't, you know what I mean? I do. I'm honestly on the same thing right now. I have my personal thing, and then my Mark Alexander photo thing, and sometimes I'm just like.
Some people do. Some people it works. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, and I feel like for me it works because my personal page is more of like those are friends and family that I kind of know and like people I like personally know, and so like it's mostly of just me and like what I've been doing, and then my photography is like everybody else.
Just photography.
And like I take a lot of pictures, so I like photo dumping, you know what I mean? Honestly, that's all they are.
That's how I felt like my other one was. Yeah. But I was like, I'm shooting so many, at the time I was shooting so many different things that it's like, okay, what does she even shoot? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I'm like, I need to figure out what kind of direction I want to go in. And I'm like, well, I really want to be known more so as like an editorial photographer. Yeah. So I'm like, my main page was already kind of going that way. Yeah. So I was like, I'll stick to this. I'll stick to like what I'm good at. You know what
honestly,
I mean?
You're 100 steps further than I am. Like I said, on my Instagram feed, you can literally go down. There's like pictures of trees. Then there's a picture of Marco. And then there's a picture of like a dog or like a dog. And then there's like a picture of Dezi. And then there's like a picture of Wolfie. And it's just so random. And I'm just, like I said, I'm not really, I like taking photography, like doing video and stuff like that. But it's more of a hobby at this point now. Right. So I just like photo dumping.
Do you do video or photography more?
Video, definitely.
Video?
Yeah, I don't know how, and I always say this to photographers, big props to you guys, because I don't know how the hell y'all do it.
That's like me with video. I started off doing video because I was really into cinematography. Yeah. But I felt like I was better at photography. So now when somebody asks, like, hey, do you do video too? I'm like, I can, but
trust me, I'm better
doing photos. I'm like, I don't really have the equipment, but I can direct you to people that can.
Exactly. That's usually how it goes, though. It's usually one or the other, like photography or like cinematography.
I think that's so funny.
Unless you're Herb Maximum.
Unless you're Herb. Yeah.
Kendall actually knows Herb. Yeah. Kendall, how did you meet Herb?
So I met him in January.
Herb's our friend. You guys have also seen him on the podcast. So
yeah, he's amazing.
Kendall's a fellow friend. Yeah.
We're all fellow friends. Nathan too.
Yeah.
So I met Herb at a show at the Abbey downtown, and I had gotten in contact with this band called Nightly, who were headlining that show that night, and they wanted me to do photos. So I went there, and Herb was the person checking the bands or the tickets or whatever. He was the
security Herb.
Oh, I know, right?
Bouncer Herb.
Yeah, so I was like, hey, so I'm supposed to have like a photo pass for me. My name is Kendall Telep and blah, blah, blah. And he looks and he's like, oh, well, I don't have one. here, so they forgot to leave me one. They forgot to leave me one.
Yeah.
And I forgot to ask the band like for a direct contact.
Okay.
So
Point of contact.
That happens a lot.
I needed a direct contact, so that way I could, just in case anything happened, I would be able to. I wouldn't have to go through their Instagram page.
Yeah, of course.
And so her was like, yeah, I know how that feels. Like I'm a photographer and videographer too. And I'm like,
Herb's been through the ringer. You know, he's
like
seen it all
he told me a story where I can't remember where he was traveling to. But he was traveling, and he went on a plane and everything I can't remember where he was going, but he gets there and they didn't have the photo pass for him.
Oh, wow.
And they denied him?
Ouch.
I can't remember the story 100%. I just knew that he had to travel. And then they ended up not having it.
Hurts.
But, so
man.
I had to wait for the band's tour manager to come out and give me one.
Damn.
But I was talking to her for a little bit, because it took maybe 30 minutes to get in contact with the band, because I had to get in contact with them through their Instagram page.
Wow.
And I was like, hey, I still they need somebody to come out and give me a photo pass or whatever.
So did Herb help you resolve it, or how did you guys just end up being friends? I guess is kind of
at the end of the show, I was with another girl who was also doing photography at that show, and so I was talking to her, and we started talking to Herb a little bit, and he was showing us his page, and then I followed him, and then all that stuff. So
classic networking.
Classic networking.
Small world.
I know, right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess
he's so funny. I love him.
Oh, Herb is literally the funniest person.
We love Herb.
Always with his open button shirt.
Button shirt, green hair, that very surfer vibe.
Exactly.
I love
he is from Melbourne.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, he is.
So are you originally from Florida?
I am. I'm from Orlando.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Orlando.
This whole time I totally thought you were from somewhere else. I totally thought you were,
what would you say?
Honestly, I thought you were from up north. I was gonna think
Why?
That's a good thing.
Up
north is
honestly,
lit.
I get that a lot. A lot of people think I'm from New York for some reason.
I was gonna say New York City for instance, but I was gonna say kind of Connecticut, New England area.
Yeah.
Boston,
I don't know.
what?
Yeah, not Boston.
My family is from Long Island, so.
Oh, okay. See there, I can kind of. I don't know. You have
that
a
makes
very
a lot of sense.
Yeah, they're from Long Island, so it comes out every now and then.
I have family from up north, and they're the nicest people ever, and you're just a ray of sunshine. So I just assumed she could not.
They're
be
nice
from
up
Florida.
there.
Really? You don't think they're nice up there?
I think a lot of people from up north are nice, but there's also a lot of hard New Yorkers or
That's what
hard
I'm
people
saying,
from Chicago, city folk. They're
Depends which area you're in.
I was about to say, I think when you come from the cities, you're a little bit more rough around the edges. But
yeah, you have to be though.
You gotta be a little tough.
Exactly, because you're dealing with literally millions of people every day.
And also just the whole fast-paced environment. I would be miserable too. I would have a mean mug face the whole time too.
Oh, so you don't want to live in New York City?
No, I don't.
Really?
I wouldn't either.
So where's your ideal place if you had the most successful photography
oh my God,
job?
everybody knows.
Most successful photography gig. Where would you want to have it?
California, 100%. 100% without a doubt.
Let's go to Cali. Let's do it.
A whole trip? I'm so down. I'm always down. California's where it's at.
See, I had a bad experience with Cali because I got there and it rained the entire week. It was December.
Oh, I remember that.
Or no, it was November.
Yeah.
It was Thanksgiving week. And I got there. It was maybe nice for one day. And then the next day, 50 degrees and cold.
Damn,
raining.
that sucks.
And
but
I
he was big sad about it.
California.
This is LA.
Mark was sad about it. He FaceTimed me.
It's the one time out of the year that it rains.
Yeah, right?
He FaceTimed me and was like, bro, it's kind of cold here right now. I'm like, it's really dreary out. The weather sucks, man. he was so upset.
I'm outside, on the phone with Dezi or my ex or something, and I'm just getting rained on. Bro, why the fuck is this? This is LA.
The connection's shitty too.
Which area?
I was over by LAX.
Oh, by Inglewood, around there.
I guess I don't know. I just remember being over there with my boys and just being all right, I'm by LAX. It's raining. It's cold.
Yeah.
And I'm sleeping on a mattress, which was fine. That was dope. It was better than the inflatable mattress. But I'm just chilling, and I was just yeah, I don't like LA. And my boys.
You got to go back again.
Yeah, I was about to say because
my
boys didn't have their car at the time because it was just in the shop or whatever. Mm-hmm. So we were literally stuck in LA is kind of Florida in a sense.
Spread
you kind of
out.
have to have a car to get around a certain places.
Oh, 100%. 100% you need a car.
Yep. So I was just stuck at the crib chilling. Like, it's cold.
Dude,
outside.
I want to go back to LA. Me and her were looking up flights the other night, and like they're so cheap right now.
Every day.
But like it's bad to go because of COVID right now, and like everything's closed, so it's kind of pointless.
It is pointless, yeah.
But like flights are so cheap right now. It's so crazy because nobody's traveling. But it's like to get to California, it's under $200. Like some are under $100.
I know.
It's crazy.
And
It's
is that
amazing.
round trip or?
Yeah, round trip.
I saw one. I hate to fly Spirit and Frontier. I would rather pay the extra money and fly like Delta or like Southwest.
Yeah.
So I saw one that was like in November. It was like a 7-day trip, and it was like $250, which is like about average.
Yeah.
To fly Delta, and I'm like, damn, should I book this?
Wait, how much was it?
It's like $250.
Oh, $250. That's really not bad.
Delta.
That's literally like nothing.
I saw one for Delta that night. I was talking about for $127. Like that was like the checkout price. $127.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, but it's pointless. You can't enjoy it.
Exactly. And you should.
I mean, you can.
Gotta be
but
safe
it's
right
like,
now, guys. Let's actually update everybody. I'm COVID-19 negative. I have not contracted it. I've been trying to, I've been wearing my mask. Like,
nah, I'm just kidding.
I've just been chilling.
I caught it, but I don't have it.
Kendall, are you?
I'm COVID-19 free, 100%.
That's what we like to
Never
hear.
had it. Don't have it in my system.
That's what we like to hear.
I thought I caught it like right when it started popping off. Like,
Honestly, I think
March.
I'm
kidding.
I feel like I did have it probably in March.
What?
In like March.
Guys.
But I had pink eye. But that could have just been.
I had pink eye and corona.
I had pink eye, which I used to get a lot when I was a kid.
Yeah, same.
I had pink eye probably like once a month when I was a kid, because I have a really bad habit of rubbing my eyes.
Yeah, it's no same. And I would would go swimming in creeks and all that type of shit. So Lord knows what's in there.
Yeah.
And like about every once or actually mostly during the summer, whenever I would just be swimming and stuff.
Right.
A little bout of pink eye here and there.
Yeah, it's annoying, but
it is annoying. So, are you self-taught photography? Did someone teach you, or are you just YouTubing it like the rest of us out here?
I kind of like I've only used YouTube for like concert photography because I usually shoot in like daylight or like studio light.
Yeah.
So dark lighting was very challenging.
Oh, I bet.
But like I had to learn about like the different apertures, like the lower the aperture, the crisper the photo, kind of thing. So I learned that from YouTube, but other than that, I kind of just
winged it. Like not even read a book or had like a person be like, this does that. You're just like, I'm gonna mess with these buttons.
No,
and see what
the experience is the best.
Since I was like 12 years old, I've been messing around with like with a
like
camera.
Me. Okay, I got you.
So I kind of figured it out. Like, I mean, I'm going back to school at Daytona State in the fall for photography, so that way I can actually learn how to use the terminology, how to like make my photos better. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I've heard that a lot of people that go to photography school, and this is just like from my friends and my opinions, this is definitely not like, like anything set in stone, but yeah, they tell you that like you learn a lot of good principles and a lot of good history. Yeah. So like you get to really like understand like number one, like the art of it and how it's evolved. And then you get to understand like the principles of shadows and the principles of like, certain lighting and like why it's important to have like, somebody standing up and you're down here to make them look, taller, powerful and stuff like that. And just
I learned that a lot in film too. Like I really wanted to do film originally. I mean, I would still love to do film. That's like if I want to go back into film, that's like the second thing that I would do is film.
Fire.
Yeah. So you learn about the angles and stuff. So I feel like that's helped me out as a photographer too, learning it from film and seeing how they mess around with the camera. And
never break the 180.
But I did take a film photography class at Seminole State when I was there. Okay. And so I learned how to use a film camera. That's dope. I learned how to develop better there. I went to a Creole art school for like summer camp. Yeah. A few years ago, and we did film development there too. So I kind of had like an idea of how to do it. Yeah, to do and stuff. But I learned a lot through my teacher at Seminole State and my film photography class.
I feel like a lot of it.
He's so amazing.
I feel like a lot of it nowadays too is like it's just like the people that are like doing this shit, out in the real world, like they're just doing it, and not even figuring it out along the way. Of course, everybody's doing that, but. They're just like the experiences they're making themselves. They're building their own resume themselves. By just
Dezi.
doing it. Like
you literally have a camera and you just go out and do it. Like,
yeah,
that's literally all you have to do. Take your camera. Literally, I always tell like some people who want to start photography and they'll message me. Yeah. they'll ask me like, what kind of camera is good? What should I get?
Lens mean? I have this much money.
Yeah. So I always tell them like, when you get this camera, literally take it everywhere. Even if it's just like to a trip to the store or something, literally bring it everywhere because you never know what you're gonna see.
I mean, I even at this point, I asked, it was like maybe a month or two ago, somebody asked me like, I have this much money to spend on the camera.
Yeah.
And I literally was like, what phone do you have? And they're like, oh, I have the newest iPhone. And I was like, save yourself $4,000 and just use
4,000.
Yeah, because the phones nowadays are just as good as the cameras.
And I'm not saying they're going to replace DSLRs or mirrorless, but I'm saying for people who don't aren't in, want to make a $4,000 investment into that stuff. It's like, use the camera in your pocket.
For sure.
Get good with that. And then go buy a Sony or a Canon and spend a lot of money on a nice.
Yeah, plus the digital cameras, they're always going to be needed. Always.
Exactly.
They're never going to go away.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah. That's dope. So film or digital?
God, I like both, but I would say aesthetically, film.
I knew she was going to say that.
Aesthetically, film. I need to get better at film photography.
Me too.
Right? So I like black and white film photography a lot, but I do like the color ones that I see like other I follow a lot of other film photographers, and I'm like, your work is just incredible. It's incredible. But I just feel like film photography, the photos look alive. Like they look.
Yeah, film is dope.
There's a characteristic that you can't name. It's just like.
It's just like it feels like you're in the moment.
Yeah.
It feels like a moment that was literally caught.
Literally captured in time. Yeah. And I've
and it's
tried.
super raw. You can't really edit.
I was about to say I've tried, and actually
you can do spot editing for black and white photos. I learned that in my film photography class, but that shit takes so long. That's to get rid of dust and stuff on your negatives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, that's crazy. All right, next question then. Mirrorless or DSLR?
Ooh, good one.
Ooh.
DSLR.
Oh.
I have okay, explain that.
Yeah, go into that. Why the fat boys over the skinny girls?
Cause I don't know. I like having it in.
It feels like it's not gonna break.
It feels structured. Yeah, I just like the feeling of it in my hand.
No, 100%. Because I'm not gonna lie, I love Sony. I was Nikon first, but when I got into Sony,
I'm too shaky.
Yeah, I was about to say, and I'm not gonna flex. I felt like I could take my Nikon anywhere and it'd be straight. I'm pointing at my cameras if you're not watching. I took one of these cameras out to the beach one day. It got a little bit of water in it. It was like, nope, screen can't turn on. $300, $400 or whatever it was.
Right. No, DSLR, I take it to the beach sometimes for shoots and it gets sand, water, all of that. It's so bad. I'm really guilty of really needing to take care of my equipment, but it works.
I mean, at the end of the day,
job, so whatever.
Yeah, I'm about to say. I mean, they're meant to go out into the world and take pictures.
Yeah.
I mean, what camera do you have actually? I'm surprised I didn't ask you this.
I have a Canon 5D Mark III.
Oh yeah, see right there. That's a good camera to just go out there and it can take it.
It can take it for sure. The amount of sand that thing has got thrown on.
Kendall's always at the beach.
I get nervous taking any of these two out into the beach. I'm like, oh god. I'm like,
yeah, one of those I couldn't.
Yeah,
I'd be too scared.
Don't get me wrong, the Sonys and the what are they fucking called? The Panasonics and even the Fujis and some of I haven't touched the new mirrorless from Nikon or Canon yet, but they're great. They do good work, but like you said, they're just. You hold it and you're kind of like, this is it.
It's
versus
so delicate.
Yeah,
you know what I
versus
mean? I don't like that.
A fat Canon or a fat Nikon that you can just be like, all right.
I need it to be sturdy, and I like the feeling of equipment being heavy because it feels
tactile.
It feels structured.
You guys like girth.
Oh, I love me some girth. You know what I mean? I love me some big black cameras. All right, so
okay, well on that note.
All right, next question then. Lightroom or Photoshop, or do you use them equally?
I like Lightroom a lot better. I hate Photoshop.
Okay.
I try to avoid it as much as possible.
Same here.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna flex.
I failed. Get this. I failed the Photoshop for the certification 3 times.
I mean, I probably would too. All I know how to do. Actually, I don't even use Photoshop. I pay for the Adobe suites. I use Affinity. I don't know if you've heard of that.
Wait, you said you failed it?
Failed it, yeah.
That's crazy.
3 times.
Back in high school, I went to basically an art school, and I studied film there, and our senior year they were giving us certifications, and
For free, right?
Yeah, and I was not good at it, and I somehow passed. And I'm not saying you're not, but I was really bad. And it's so ironic
because that was good luck.
Of all people I had
Desi?
it. It was the Adobe Creative Suite at that.
I know, but did you have to learn how to cut things out and everything, or
basically the test you didn't really. It's more so
where are the buttons at?
There's kids that edited in my class that didn't pass it.
And the steps on how to if you want to crop something.
It's really test taking.
What are the steps?
Exactly.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
you can always use test taking skills, but I remember in that thinking I was gonna do bad, but I felt pretty confident after I took it and I passed.
I took a digital media class. That was where you would get the certification.
Yeah.
But I had it first period in high school.
Ooh, first period.
So
haven't heard that in a
my
while.
teacher was so chill too, Mr. Marshall. Oh my God,
Mr.
loved
Marshall,
him.
let's
Mr.
get him on the
Marshall.
pod. Mr. Marshall, let's get on the pod.
He was the coolest guy ever, and all you had to do was show up for his class. You didn't really have to do the work. I mean, you had to do the work obviously, but he wasn't he was basically he was like that. He was like this is your grade, not mine kind of teacher, and I love that.
Yeah,
right.
So I slept all the first period.
I feel that 100%. So yeah. So what do you like about Lightroom? Is it just the fact you can edit so much so quickly?
Yeah.
I was about to say because I know a lot of people who
I can edit a photo in probably less than 10 minutes, 5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just they make it so easy. It's like steps. Okay, let me fix my white balance. All right, let me.
You kind of already know what you need to do to the photo before you even start. So it's if you already know what you want to fix, it's quick. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. All right. So
for me at least.
Next question then: a few raw pictures or a lot of JPEGs?
I always shoot in RAW.
Okay, fine.
Raw.
I like to hear that. Only time I ever shoot JPEG is whenever I'm shooting concerts. Because most of the time I have my stuff dialed in to where I know I don't have to edit that much. I don't need to recover a lot.
Right.
So
RAW. I always.
Just always,
yeah.
She likes it raw. I'm just kidding. I am playing.
Oh my God.
But no, yeah, that's sick. No.
Oh, good
That's
Lord.
something I would say if I was hammered, but I'm not, so I can't even blame it on anything.
That's so funny.
Yeah, so wish you were here, guys. Wish you were here, guys.
Oh yeah, that's why you were saying that. I didn't even read it.
On my shirt it says "Wish you were here." I do wish you guys were here right now to just witness that. That was funny.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, but yeah. So, do you have any upcoming things, or has Corona kind of been affecting you with this whole photography thing? I've heard that from a lot of people that a lot of people are photographers, especially are affected by the Corona situation.
Yeah, I know that I had 3 shoots in March that I had to cancel. One of them was with one of my old coworkers and her son. We had to cancel that. I still have to get back to her on that if she still wants to do it. But yeah, so 3 shoots canceled in March. Hey. There were paid shoots too, so that was annoying.
Always hurts.
But the unemployment money was coming in, so I was cool. I was chilling.
Thanks, USA.
I was chilling. So but other than that, I mean, I didn't shoot basically all of quarantine, for March and April, and I think the end of May.
Safe.
The end of May is when I started to shoot again. So, because I really missed it. I'm like, we can stay 6 feet apart.
Yeah.
I can use, a zoom in lens.
Yeah, exactly.
My 50 millimeter or 35 millimeter,
There you go. There you go. I was actually going to be my next question. So, what's your favorite focal length?
I do 50 millimeter, but I do 35 millimeter too. So it's between those two. I personally, I don't have a 35 millimeter, but I have friends that I can just borrow their lenses from. Fire. But usually if I'm shooting out, my best photos are with my 50 millimeter.
I was about to say, I think I'm personally 35 the best, but I don't have a 35 for my Sony.
That's such a go-to, especially because it's film also. That's
I throw a 50 on the mine and it's so great.
What? What's so funny?
I told you it was gonna be one of those giggly episodes for Dezi.
I can't get over what Mark said.
I knew that was what he was laughing about. I knew that's what he was laughing about.
That was so funny.
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh God, that killed me, man. Raw.
I'll be here all week.
Oh man, that was it was funny because it was kind of relevant, which made it worse.
Wait, what do you mean relevant?
Because raw photography, the file type.
I was like, wait a minute, what do you mean?
I kept hearing you guys suck. That's so bad.
We have fun here on the Day
Oh,
by
we
Day
have a
podcast.
great time on Day by Day.
Great time.
That's awesome.
Going back to focal lengths, so God damn it, Desi. So yeah, 50 millimeter, always cool. What about, so do you like doing wide open, or do you kind of keep it around the 2s and like, like kind of stuff, like aperture wise?
Oh, aperture wise, I always keep it the lowest it can be.
Really? So you're what, 1.4?
Wow.
You have
I have a 50 millimeter 1.8.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, because I didn't know if you had the L or if you just had the regular.
I have a 1.8, and then the lens that I have on my Canon, I think is 4.0. It's like pretty high, or 2.
Dang.
Yeah, it's pretty high.
Oh, so you're like taking awesome pictures with like kind of, I guess, budget like lenses, which is dope, honestly. Like, yeah, that's sick. I respect.
But I really want a Sigma art lens, 85 millimeter.
What's that?
A lot of concert photographers shoot with that.
Really?
Oh my god,
I have a regular
they're
85,
beautiful. The
Sigma
art lenses.
Oh my god.
They're so expensive.
They're bokeh. They're bokeh. Bokeh. How do you say it actually? Bokeh. Bokeh.
How is it spelled? B-O-C-K? Oh wait.
B-O-K-E-H. Yeah, or I don't. It's B-O-K-E-H. I think. Bokeh. Bokeh? I don't know.
Who knows?
The blur, I just tell people the blurriness in the background. The background blurriness.
Oh, what is it called? Yeah,
the bokeh. Bokeh? Bokeh? The blurriness.
The blurriness, yeah.
But the world may never know.
The world
I know,
may
right?
never know. But yeah, no, Sigma's like blurriness is just so like, I don't know, so much better than just like some of the standard stuff you get from like your manufacturer. It's like, I've definitely I follow a few people on Instagram stuff, and I every once in a while I'll ask them like, hey, what do you shoot on? Every single one of the people I do that to, they're like Sigma. Like, it's a lot. Number one, I'm like, that's a lot of money. Bro.
You heard
it's like $1,200 bucks.
Right? Oh, and they're huge.
They're huge. They're huge.
I never knew how big they were.
This girl, Paige Sarah Photo. Everybody go follow her. She's amazing. She does a lot of she shoots a lot of music.
Yeah.
So concert photography, portraits of art, like musicians and stuff like that. She uses, one of her lenses is an 85 millimeter, and those photos are incredible.
And the thing is, because it's so far away, the compression is just awesome. You know what I mean? Like no faces, or like every like thing is like, like, what's the word for it? I guess not crisp, but number one, yeah. Right. But everything is not like distorted. There we go. Because if you like throw on like a 16 or a 24, the face gets a little wider. Like with the like the selfie cam.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's gonna make you look worse than actually if you use the back of your back camera. So yeah, like the 85. I mean, I that's why I use that. My 85 is like my portrait lens, because it just, I mean, it is a portrait lens, but like it's just makes everybody look perfect.
Yeah.
It's dope. Sorry, I've been drinking so much Coca-Cola, guys.
Guys, I want to end this episode on a hopeful note. And
I have some advice too.
Oh, okay.
I have some advice. Okay, so
advice with Kendall.
Let's hear I want to hear the advice first. Let's do the advice first.
This is just basically like anything in general.
Okay.
I live by this because I feel like it's really relevant for people who, especially people who are starting out too.
Yeah.
Is you just gotta work with what you got.
Please, that's what I say.
Yeah, that's
you gotta work with what you got, and I'm also a big believer in like it is what it is.
Exactly.
It is what it is, and you have to work with what you got. So. Right now, I don't have a lot of like I don't use like bounce boards. I don't use reflectors. I don't use any of that. I just literally use sunlight right now, just because I've been doing it for so long that I was just like, I don't need it. You know what I mean? So it's nice being able to work with what I have and still get the same quality pictures as somebody who's using 20 other things.
Exactly. Who's using like, $1,000, $2,000 worth of equipment. And I totally agree with that. Like I said earlier, when people ask me, what should I get? Should I get these lights? Should I get this camera?
It's like you don't need it.
Learn the basics of what photography is, first. And then like you said, just go out. Go to the store and take pictures of the aisles. Go to your little brother's birthday and take pictures of, everybody having fun. Go take self-portraits in your room at 3 a.m. You know what I mean? Like just do
Ask
it.
your friends. Your friends will love to do that stuff with you.
Yeah, for sure. So that's like a big thing for me, is just working with what you have, because not everybody has thousands of dollars to spend on stuff that you can manipulate yourself with just your camera.
Yeah, and I think that goes for a lot of just creative like things in general. Like, you know, people who make music, they think they have to go get like, you know, $4,000 worth of music equipment. But I know so many people who like
musicians is big too.
Who just have like a pair of headphones and a laptop, and they can make some amazing music rather than the people who are like, you know, sinking $3,000, $2,000 into like, you know, getting studio equipment, but their music is still like subpar versus somebody,
if not better.
Exactly. Yeah. And like, you know, and somebody who just has a laptop and headphones can just sit there and they just know what they can do with that. You know what I mean? So I definitely agree with that. I agree with you on just like, it is what it is and work with what you got. And then I would say just go out and do it.
Good advice.
Just do it. Just do it.
Nike.
Just do it. Yeah.
Just do it. Just do it. Well, I want to go around before we sign off, and I want to each mention one thing that we miss from COVID being, you know, a part of our lives that we are hopeful to have back soon. Not soon, but, you know, when it happens. And we each say one thing, and in a hopeful manner, we sign off, you know? So I'm going to start. I really miss going to the freaking movies. I can't wait to, like, you know, be able just to go see a movie again. I love going to see movies, like, at the movie theater because, like, it's like you're kind of detaching from the world for at least, you know, like a couple hours. And it's like, you know, you're invested into a whole picture.
It's a whole experience.
Yeah, I love the movies.
You have some movies you have
classic.
to watch in a theater. You can't just watch.
Yeah, it's a vibe. So that's what I miss. And I will be very happy one day when I can get some popcorn and a large Coke and watch a movie.
There you go.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
I would say probably the one thing I miss is like not having to wear a mask everywhere.
Oh, good one. That's that'll be
I mean, at least you don't wear glasses. Trust me, this sucks.
The fog.
Oh my god, yeah, the fog. Oh shit.
Every time walk into somewhere, or no, walk out of somewhere.
Yeah.
And it's just like I breathe one time through like my nose or my mouth, and it's just.
Yeah, because it's like it's the whole it is what it is. You got to deal with it. You have to wear one.
About it.
Yeah, just get it over with. Exactly.
Right. So it's just annoying because it's like I don't know how any girls feel, but like when you buy $40 worth of foundation and you can't wear it, it hurts.
Same.
Yeah,
no,
you know? Something to think about.
Because it wipes off. So.
I mean, trust me, like I just
also
feel
breakouts. Oh my god, sorry.
Wait, you break out more with a mask?
I break out, yeah, with the mask.
I've heard that from a lot of people.
You have that material rubbing on your face.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Interesting. Wow. Yeah. I mean, I'm just always in my house, so I don't really wear my mask unless I'm going out somewhere.
Yeah, same.
So, I guess for me, what I really miss is just concerts, dude.
Oh my god, that's a great one.
Concerts is just
live music.
Live music, just going to a bar like and just listening to people play music, or
that would be a vibe.
Anywhere and just watching somebody play music and watching people live off the vibe. Not even shooting it. Like just shooting concerts are dope, but just music,
the talent.
Exactly, and just watching, like I miss it.
One day, soon, guys. It'll be relatively soon, you know.
So before we sign off here, Kendall, what you got going on, and where can people find you on Instagram and all that kind of stuff?
Tell us.
Okay, so right now I don't really have much going on. I think I have like 2 shoots coming up. So I'm gonna see
her at the beach and see the new shoot at the beach.
Honestly, one of them is gonna be at the beach.
Yeah.
So I always suggest the beach, but I don't want all my pictures to be at the beach, which is really hard. But whatever. So you can find me at Kendall Telep on basically everywhere. Mostly Instagram is where I post most of my stuff. So KendallTelep.
Dope.
There you have it.
Yeah.
Kendall, thank you for coming on Day by Day today and hanging out with us.
It's been an honor to have you on here. We've been excited to have you.
It's an honor being here.
Aww.
Yes. Well, guys, as I like to say, we'll see you at the movies. This has been Day by Day with Dezi and Mark and special guest Kendall. We'll see you in Hollywood and at the movies.
Bye.